What is TKT? Who is it for? What is the TKT grading system? What are the contents of the TKT? What are the TKT task types? The teaching knowledge test tests knowledge about teaching English. It covers terminology, methodology and language use. TKT is assessed by objective testing, which is easy to administer and to take. TKT does not include compulsory teaching practice, because it tests teaching knowledge rather than teaching ability. TKT is produced by Cambridge ESOL, a department of the University of Cambridge, which has provided examinations in English for speakers of other languages since 1913. TKT is suitable for primary, secondary or adult teachers of English around the world, whether or not their first language is English. Experience of teaching English to speakers of other languages is helpful but not necessary. You are not required to take any English language examinations to qualify for TKT, but to understand the course you need a level of English equal to PET or IELTS 4. TKT is an important step in your professional development as a teacher. You can take it at any stage in your career. With TKT you can 1. Improve your effectiveness. 2. Take higher level responsibilities. 3. Move on to advanced teaching qualifications such as Cambridge CELTA and Delta. Each question carries 1 mark, so the maximum mark for each module is 80. Scores are in 4 bands. Band 1, a candidate at this level demonstrates limited knowledge of TKT content areas. Band 2, basic, but systematic knowledge of TKT content areas. Band 3, breadth and depth of knowledge of TKT content areas. Band 4, extensive knowledge of TKT content areas. TKT contents. TKT consists of 3 modules. For each module, you have to answer 80 questions by choosing a letter for the correct answer. As TKT tests your knowledge of teaching rather than your proficiency in the English language, you don't have to listen, speak or produce extended writing when taking TKT. Overview of TKT Module 1. Part 1 – Concepts and Terminology for describing grammar, lexis, phonology and functions, language skills and subskills. Grammar. Parts of speech. The forms and use of grammatical structures. Lexis. Types of meaning. Word formation, for example prefixes, suffixes, compounds. Word groupings, for example synonyms, antonyms, lexical sets, homophones, collocation. Register. Phonology. Symbols from the International Phonetic Alphabet. Phonemes, word stress, sentence stress, intonation and connected speech. Functions. Context. Levels of formality. Appropriacy. A range of functions and their typical exponents. Language skills. Reading, listening, speaking, writing and their subskills. Features of spoken and written texts, for example layout, organization, accuracy, fluency, authenticity. Part 2 – Factors in the language learning process. Motivation. Influences on motivation. The importance of motivation. Measures that can increase motivation. Language acquisition. The silent period. 2 learners' need for interaction and focus on form as complements of exposure. Error. Errors and slips. Interference and developmental errors. Interlanguage. Differences in age. Differences in the context of learning. Differences in ways of learning. Learner characteristics. Common learning styles and preferences. Common learning strategies. Maturity. Past language learning experiences. How learner characteristics affect learning. Learner needs. The personal, learning and professional needs of learners. Part 3 – The range of methods, tasks and activities available to the language teacher. Presentation techniques. Introductory activities such as warmers, lead-ins. Common ways of presenting language. Types of activities and tasks for language and skills development. The design and purpose of a range of common comprehension and production tasks and activities. Teaching terms, for example prompting, eliciting, drilling. Frameworks for activities and tasks. Presentation, practice and production. Task-based learning. Total physical response. The lexical approach. Grammar translation. Test-teach test. Guided discovery. Assessment. Purposes for assessment, for example diagnostic, placement, achievement, formative, progress, proficiency. Methods of assessment, for example self, peer, portfolio, informal and formal. The design and purpose of a range of assessment tasks and activities.